So this gonna be, well, let's not talk about what it's gonna be. Let's talk about what it is. So the week just ended for the trading week. And basically, what I'm gonna do is just do a quick review of how the week went. What was my analysis going prior to the week, and versus how during the week and how we adjusted to what we thought. And right after that, we'll get into some back testing our strategy. So going into this week, I seen gold uh, have this huge wick exhaustion. Next candle is bearish. My bias was for gold to sell this week, uh, and I'm pretty sure there's other people that may have had that bias as well. But my main thing was that kind of made me think this way was, for one, we was at an all-time high. We had this nice wick exhaustion, which is right here, small body. Then this candle was a bearish candle. One thing about this bearish candle that was a small detail that helped us. Well, they could have helped us, see what potentially next week could have been. Is just looking at this. This looked like a pattern, a reversal pattern. This looked like a evening star pattern. Evening star pattern is, what I'm saying, is a sign that the sale is coming. But the small detail about this one was that in a evening star, the bearish candle usually engulfs and closes lower than this first candle. And you see in this situation, the candle closed, pretty much at that low. If I drop down time frame, I really think it was, above the low. So just that small detail could have told us that even though things are looking bearish, there's a chance that price go buy. Okay, so let's jump down. So this is Friday here. Yeah. And I really like, just reviewing this after the fact. I really like how this played out. Cause you see the market close right here. This looked like, like I just said, this right here looked like an evening star pattern. What this right here is a morning star pattern, pretty much. You have a bearish candle, you have a doji, and this candle is engulfing. So this is how that evening star pattern should have been. It should have been an engulfing candle, closed above this one. And that's exactly what this was. So at the time I had a Fibonacci on here. Let me drop down. I had a Fibonacci from here, point A, point B, and negative 27 was like down here somewhere. So I was really thinking, price would sell and reach this negative 27, maybe reverse or, continue down. We're just going to adapt with it. But we see, as soon as the market opened, it was just extremely bullish from this level, from this support level. Resistance broke above, now support, and pushed up. And from here, like I said, my bias was to short, but as I seen it just continue to push up, what I did was place this trend line here. Point one, point two, draw it into the future. This is my point three, this point four, this point five. So at the time I was, actually let me slow down because I think at one point when this was happening, yeah. So when this happened, I seen that price pushed down and it made this higher low that it closed Friday. So I was thinking that price could do this right here. Impulse, correction, 61.8, negative 61.8, touch this trend line again, and then sell. Uh, at the time when price was doing this, I didn't get in the buy. I think I may have thought about it or looked at it, but the move was so strong and impulsive that I didn't get in it. I didn't capitalize off of it. you see next, you know what I'm saying, price broke above. And at the time, I really didn't see this as a retest, but it was a clear sign, great retest, and it was just a push up from there. Then when price, actually broke these highs here, that just told me, the direction that price wanted to go. And as soon as you have a impulsive move, you have a correction. So my mind was just thinking, okay, so we broke this high here. There's a chance the price, letting us know that it want to continue bullish. And from here, I was looking for that pullback, that correction. So this right here, impulse and correction was this move right here. And it was starting to form itself. So you had this nice bearish candle push down, let us know that price is ready for that correction. It consolidated a bit. But from here, I actually got in a position at this point. I believe I got in somewhere. So I usually like to take a trade, early in the week. Like I like to call it the trade of the week. So I really think, getting in down here and taking it up there would have been a trade of the week. But, really, I wouldn't know how far it would go based off of, how structured it is right now. But we do have an idea of how far it could go now since, all of this right here happened. But like I was saying, we had this impulse to put it down and price started to range a little bit, consolidate. So I ended up getting in a position somewhere from here. That's why this field was here. So I placed my stop loss right here at this 50. My take profit was down at this negative 27. So we ended up taking a stop loss on this trade, as you see, because it broke our high, our stop loss area, and then immediately price pushed down to this negative 27. So in a situation like that, that was just a trade or just a loss that that just comes with the market, because our approach and our thing is just to come to the market and have our system and follow our system. So this setup right here was, set up like our criteria. I had an exit, I had an entry. I seen how much I was potentially losing first before I looked at what I could potentially gain, which is a key use. I always look at how much you are potentially to lose prior to how much you are potentially to make. Because every trade is a risk. Of course, I can go, ooh, I can make 500. Ooh, I can make 200. Ooh, I can make 1,000. But I have to look at, okay, how much am I risking? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a chance that this trade can go into the loss. So it's always good to know how much you're potentially risking and accept that risk. Okay, I could potentially lose X amount of money. I don't feel good about that. Okay, I can accept that risk, and just go from there. But yeah, like in this situation, just following structure. You know what I'm saying? You have this low, then you had this high here, or even it could have been these highs because this your info's down 50%. Like what I'm saying, your retracement high, so you can have your stop losses above it. But me, I had it above this just to give my stop loss breathing room. But like I said, in a situation like this, we had this nice bullish candle breaking above. Something like that could have told us, oh, prices, breaking to the upside, and it's going to continue up because it's likely the direction that it wants to go. But in a situation like this, the overall direction was bearish. This was more so could have been like a liquidity grab or almost like a fake out because there was a strong bullish push up and immediately price started to sell. Um, so I was just a person that was entered into this position, and overall buyers was correct, but it was just one of those things where you have loss in the market. And I followed my strategy, like I said. I seen the overall direction. I placed my stop loss. I accepted the risk, and I had an exit plan. Exit plan was to take it down to this negative 27. And of course, you know what I'm saying, this trade was going on while I was at work. But, you know, it's just, you just accept it, you know what I'm saying, it comes with it. And another thing, when this happened, you see price push down. And Thursday is another day that I like to trade. Or I would say at least I like to make this the last day I trade because the market opens up on a Sunday, and I'd rather not trade on a Friday. So I would like to take my final trade on a Thursday. And this situation, I remember that, you know, I was seeing this happen. You know, price broke this low, it pushed down, impulse, look for the correction, it started to push up. You had this weak exhaustion here that looked like, you know, it was rejecting these lows, and you can take it down easily to this low again. It's negative 27, or trend line like it did go. But in a situation like this, me personally, I would have took it down to this negative 61.8. Because for one, you know what I'm saying, you already broke the negative 27. It pulled back to 61.8. You came back, retested, you know what I'm saying, made a lower high after making a lower low. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like it's gonna go to the next stopping point, which is negative 61.8. And you see that trade based off our strategy, you know, happen in 2 hours, two candles. But you see it eventually pushed out down. Okay, so after all that, we can delete that. So going forward, um, like I had stated, this right here could be our indication that, you know, price is breaking higher and looking to continue bullish. We broke this trend line. We came back to retest this trend line. You see here, I'm going to draw it out. You have impulse, correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation. And you had a break here. One thing about it, I usually like to see two levels being broken just to be a confirmation, just like how you have two levels or 2 points with the trend line. I usually would like to see at least two of these levels get broken to let me know that, you know, price is going to go to the upside. But just based off this, it's almost like too clean. You had a break impulse up. Of course, price comes down, you know what I'm saying, give you a correction. Then you get your first breaking structure here. First breaking structure here to end the week off at that. And you see it close pretty much right here at that high that it broke. So this point here. So this right here will be labeled as a 1 hour breaking structure. And we're just looking for price to hold above this level, or at least, you know what I'm saying, to create a higher low to continue on to the upside. And honestly, you know what I'm saying, just looking at how things are, we could see price being bullish. But I'm just being open and realistic of, you know, how things could go in the market. But just based off this, we did come to this high. We broke above it just by a bit. Could be an indication that price wants to go that direction. It could just be like a double top. So we do have to be mindful of that. Uh, yeah. So yeah, price started to push up. Of course, you know, so we'll see price go higher. Things start to get lower. We can just see this via impulse correction continuation, and we'll see price push, you know, somewhere down here. But of course, we'll just have to be watching, like, you know, Forex Factory is going to tell us, you know, the news for the week. You know what I'm saying? Like Thursday, we got unemployment claims, which is, you know, something that can move the market. Well, really, all these folded is red. You know what I'm saying? They can move the market. But just going based off that, like I said, I can see the market potentially next week being bullish just because we had supported this level. On the weekly, we did create a engulfing. Right here, you close higher than this one. Of course, you know what I'm saying, on our uh, 4 hour, we pushed up here and we, you know what I'm saying, rejected these highs. But if we go to lower time frame, we just see we broke these highs and came back to like retest. So if I was to place a field here, it look like this. And you see we pulled back to the 61.8. So it just depends on how the week go. We could be seeing price, you know what I'm saying, start to head back up to these highs. If we are bullish, if we are bearish, like I said, we will have something like this. Impulse correction. This is 78.6. And we can see price, you know what I'm saying, breaking out this low, heading somewhere down here. But they're just in a scenario, you know what I'm saying, we start to sell. But overall, things are looking bullish for me. Overall, gold is bullish pair. Like I said, with something like this, if breaking this structure, they can just be indicating that it wants to go. We got this trend line right here, break retest. But like I said, we really have to see how the market opens up Sunday leading into Monday, just to get like a clear confirmation. Especially if we hold above this level and start to push up, yeah, we can be bullish for the week, and I'll be targeting the highs or even the negative 27, which is pretty much this high here for the week. Uh, yeah, that's all for the most part. Let's go ahead and get into some back tests. We are 16 minutes in. Now more around the bar, we're gonna back test our strategy live. And we close. We haven't closed yet, so let's end it. We go. So two. Let's see what it stopped at first. It stops at 15. So yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One more. You see the volume got low. 15. Alright, so our strategy, we like to start off from a higher time frame, look at the week. You want to look at the overall week, you know what I'm saying, what the direction is. Then you want to zoom in closer to this, you know what I'm saying, point over here, and just to see how that week candle ended. So based off this right here, looking bullish. Impulse, correction, and you got to break it high, just letting you know the price wants to continue higher. But after you have an impulse, you look for a correction like this. You had the correction. And you see this right here pretty much in a range. You see it's trading between this high, trading between this low. So this right here could be that pullback before the continuation up. So overall bias is bullish. So we just want to go in and see what price is doing on, you know, closer to what price is doing, more relevant price. So we got this low here. Let's say this low. Right there. So think about support, 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 support. Alright, like I said, after we do that, we get an overall bias. So overall bias is bullish. So I'll be looking for bias, especially at, you know what I'm saying, the point down here. You see price get down here, it goes up, get down here, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. And we're currently back at this point now. So we could be looking for price to go up from here. But I do want to be mindful of, you know, the type of candles that has been made, you know what I'm saying? See, we close with a small volume candle here. So pretty much a doji. What I could be guessing for the next week is potentially just based off how, you know what I'm saying, the market is really like a bullish week. Bullish week is what I'm looking for. Okay, so we jump down time frames just to get more detail. Let's see, post correction. Let's get a feel to see, you know what I'm saying, how the things are. So we see based off the impulse move up, 23.6, continuation of trend. It made its way down to negative 27, which is reversal. And we see is at this key level, which, you know what I'm saying, also remains reversible every time price got down here. So that just indication, well, not an indication, but just another confluence for us just to say, you know what I'm saying, we're looking for a buy. Of course, just like I was explaining at live price, you see how price broke this low and came back and retested it. You could expect for price to go lower, but just for this to be such a strong level of support every time price get down here and push up. You even got something like this, you know what I'm saying, a double bottom, then price push up. Right here, we're currently making a double bottom. So we could see potentially, you know what I'm saying, price continue to push up. So they're going to erase that. Let's go and what do I need to really nothing. So let me go back. Like I said, I'll be targeting the highest bullish week. So for us to be a bullish week, so that's the week candle here. I don't expect it to be like super bullish and make its way all the way up here, but we definitely are looking for price to, you know what I'm saying, be bullish this week. So close higher than, you know, previous 2 weeks. So go to the day. So what I'm saying is potentially maybe target this high at least. So 1759. Getting down to the 4 hour, you see impulse correction, continuation. You see price pushed up, higher low, start to break above right here. We start to make higher lows, higher highs. So the trend has possibly began and starting to trade higher. So we just be mindful of that. In a situation like that, I'll have this here. Impulse correction 88.6. Like I said, potentially targeting these highs. We got negative 27 here, 61.8 here. Up, 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 up. So what I could do from here is change this to a 4 hour field so I know uh, can mark this low here as a 4 hour break structure. So price break under here, just broke a 4 hour structure. Just labeled break structure 4 hour. So that just lets me know that, you know, we trade in between these two areas. And this is well, so this will be a 4. Six, 8, over the 27th line up. So I do like how those two are corresponding with each other, but we'll just have to see how true that holds. We could place trend lines. One thing about trend lines, I really don't use them like that, but I'm definitely gonna place it now because it could be a valuable piece of data. And you know, when we started learning this strategy, you know what I'm saying, trend lines was a part of it. And I can, continue to practice with it more often, but it really don't seem like trend lines was. I could just use more help with trend lines. I just keep it at that. So we always want to have point one, point two, drive to the future. I really don't like that. I skipped this one, so I made it do this here from this point to this point. Have a trend line. And we down to the 1 hour, so I can pretty much start the week up. And like I said, my overall bias is bullish. I have a 4 hour break structure here. I got a trend line here. We break above here. I'm looking to take it to the negative 27. I'm also looking forward to potential to make it to this negative 61.8, which would be another breaking structure here. Just to confirm that, it's going to continue higher. But it's going to start this week up. You see, you got a break. Price push down. Look like it's starting to gain some volume to continue higher. So we're currently in the new week. Started off nice push up. So it came to this high, pretty much rejected it. Starting to break this trend line. The reason why I say I really don't like trend lines like that, because my strategy, based off how I adapted it, don't really use trend lines. It's more so structure. So something like this could have been an indication for me. Oh, structure is being broken, but I'm actually looking at this 4 hour breaking structure here, or what I'm saying, this low right here to be broken, just to tell me that hey, the structure is broken. So you see, we're getting a lower price. Okay, we starting to close below this low here, so let me see something. So we get correction to 50, maybe 27 be right here. Price could be pushing its way down to the level potential. Could, but since we got a break under, it kind of tell me, well, it's not like the strongest break under. It's the thing. Yep, something like that. Like I said, trend lines with a term. Oh, for the sale, but immediately you see something like this happen. So, like I said, I really don't use trend lines, so I'm gonna erase that. I'm gonna leave that. You see, we got a break of this high here. So, me personally, I'll be more so looking for price to continue higher now, just because we had this strong impulse breakup. And we can go this low to this high, 61.8, break above, like I said. So enter into a position like here. What I could do is stop loss from here, stop loss always down here, and target those highs. But I think I'm gonna be a little calm with it, just a little relaxed, just get a little more confirmation that price is gonna go up that way. Even though this right here does look pretty good, I've seen situations where price would do something like that and immediately come down, and then again it could continue higher. So you have to be mindful of that. Something like that continue higher. I like that right here. My thing is, do I want to enter into the position at this point, or what's the best entry right here and stop loss bid there? Because now I have a wider stop loss. And if I was to take this trade, it'd be more so maybe like a 1-to-1. If I was going to the first stop point, which is the negative 27. So it'll be a 1-to-1, like directly right under. So another thing that I've been learning with my strategy is when I first began, of course, you was trying to target like those 2-to-1s, 3-to-1s, things like that. But when it comes to like taking 1-to-1s, like I was making profit out those things. In a situation like this, price could easily continue higher, so without even going to stop loss. Like I said, the best entry would have probably been, to close the discount at that engulfing candle. But we do see prices pushing up. And this is where the psychology part come into it. It's either, you could take this trade, go for that 1-to-1, stop loss under here, take profit up here, or you can wait to see a price pullback, possibly get you like a better entry, and then continue price. One thing that's kind of stopping me is how tight this stop loss is. So you do like to give stop loss some breathing room. Uh, Me personally, really don't think that price will make it all the way down to this point again. So I am kind of leaning towards, price continue higher from here. Might be, slight drawdown, but I am looking for price to be bullish. So with that, I'm actually gonna take this position. I'm gonna take the risk. So I push by, go to stop loss, see how much we potentially lose, and potentially lose 314 to make about the same 314. So yeah, take this position. I can see price pushing up. We got to break it high. Okay, so I actually like this right here. I was gonna say something I'm really looking for is like a retest to give me like another confirmation or another entry. So if I wanted to, I possibly could enter here again for a second position, still targeting the negative 27, but I'm just gonna take this trade. Okay, so we got a break. Overall, have our direction of which way price is gonna do. Price is gonna go. We see it's telling us you want to continue higher, but as soon as you have a break, impulse and move up, you have a correction. It looks like we're potential and correction. I usually click through them, but what I think I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna keep clicking. I was gonna say go and push play just to see which direction price is gonna go to. So let's do that. Quick. Uh, Monday night. It's almost Tuesday. Tuesday morning. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's see how I can improve on it. Like, what did I miss? So overall, man, this trade, it's low, the high, and price normal to the negative 7. You see, we came pretty close to it, start the verse. Still confident in it because the deal look like, like a break and a retest, but continuing higher. Uh, but we see it immediately, you know what I'm saying? Some type of news event. Price on the move like that for some type of news event. We had some type of news event and price immediately. One candle is, I'm pistol, yeah, pistol, 257. That's a lot. Let's see how I can improve on that. maybe place field like this. That's low. Yeah, okay, yeah. You see, maybe. Hmm. Let's continue to play this just to see. So, based out this, we did get a 4 breaker structure. Price could be continuing bearish. Could be break, so breaker structure came back retest. So I'm really trying to figure out a situation like this. Where could we have gotten out of here and made profit? Even here, it's not. 27. See something. Hmm. Okay, so I'm actually not sure about that. So honestly, we got this wire break structure. Could continue to see them direction. 6 continuation of the trend. So could be seeing this going down to this negative 27. Um, like I said, it's pretty much just an adjustment to the market. So I'm looking to a sale here. Take profit this negative 27. Or even possibly target, you know what I'm saying, black weekly line. They give you more profits. Going to, I can easily right there, it'll be a 1.5 Bristol or uh, take this trade. Let's go. Sell. Let's go. Stop loss. We always look at potential news first. And then we move into potentially profit. Right, take profit. So what happened here? What happened here? Basically, overall bias for the week was for price to buy. Uh, we got to break this 4 hour structure. After that, price came down here at this strong bearish candle, pushing price under this 4 hour. Um, Hardly breaking three, or really two levels, one and two, letting us know that price want to continue lower. We got right here, impulse move right here. Look for the correction. Price started to consolidate a bit. Uh, at the 23, just simply mean continuation of the trend to me. Enter right here. So that bearish candle right here, we had entered. Stop loss up here, take profits down here, and price immediately went to it. No drawdown at all. That was a great trade, good position to get us out of drawdown, out of loss. Um, what could I have done to improve? What I could have done to improve is just, really, if you were super confident in that position, just like how I am super confident in that position, and price is showing you, the direction that it wants to go and is going, you can potentially start to get into those, second positions. So something like this, you see how price pushed up, low volume, this kind of this high volume here. You could have into another sell here and to take it down back to this negative 27. So you would have maximized your gains. But overall, that was a good position. We are Wednesday, currently about to make its way into Thursday. Uh, and we just want to see how price play out. So, what time do we have? This is 2:30. Overall price still looking. Would you say this is still bearish? Still pushing that. Okay, we playing to that point here. So they could have gave us more profits, like I said, we was to target that. But I'm cool with, what I'm saying, what we did, profit on. Like I said, just learning a lesson and just seeing like from other scenarios, what I'm saying, that we back tested. It was just a chance that price did uh, make it to this trend line here. Because this is it's a much stronger level. But let's just see how price does from here. So 6, 7, and okay, price is pushing its way down, but help support it as well. Okay, you see that clear break, you're gonna need like a strong volume kind of push price down to there right here. You see it did go to this negative 61.8. What I could have done, like I said, to improve is, see there's potential that price was gonna head down here. And like just how we targeted this negative 27, we could have easily targeted this negative 61.8. And if I'm not mistaken, we could have placed like a fib there and seen like, where it's gonna go. But yeah, that's just Thursday. So I really think this is pretty much gonna end this week off for us. It's Thursday now. Prices currently selling, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get like an entry. So we might end this week off with those two positions that we took. And like I said, me, I like to take those what you call trade of the weeks. If I would have, known that price was gonna sell, this could have been, a trade of the week. Got out on this Thursday, you would have been fine in one position. But you see, we end up taking two positions, one stop loss, the other was to take profit to get us out of loss. So I'm pretty much about to just click all the way through Friday just to see how the weekend is. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What is it? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so that was the end of the week. So let's jump up here to weekly. Okay, so my bias was for price to be bullish. We see price is bearish. What I can't commend myself on was actually adapting to the market instead of just being, focused on that upside. I see how we seen that, this sale here uh, was a nice potential. We actually took the setup and we took profit on it. Like I said, going forth, we could have seen it as we could have improved um, in two ways. Getting in at a second entry, uh, and two, seeing like the max, the max. What am I trying to say? Like how far price could go. Like I was initially looking at this negative 27. I was looking here as well at this weekly. But we see price, actually made it down to the 61.8. So if I knew that price, was going to be bearish and all these things is going to potentially break this level, then I could have seen us targeting this 61.8 and it would have made it nearly a 3-to-1 for us with no risk at all. But 1.5, no risk, I'll take that. Like I said, it's a learning lesson, we're taking it week by week. Um, I want to be, well, actually, let me not say that. I delete it to myself. But yeah, so we took that back test, we took that trade. Overall bias, like I said, was for price to be bullish. We see it was the opposite, price to bearish. Like I said, I like the fact that we was able to adapt to the market and not be so okay. Price, I expect the week to be bullish and take buys and take more than one loss. So just being able to adapt to the market and execute on that, that's a good thing for us. And like I said, that week was not a loss as far as profits. I do like to take at least one trade for the week. Like I said, I like to take the trade of the week. So, like I said, if we would have entered at this high here, and if I knew it was going to make it down to this negative 27 or negative 6.8, and I seen prices looking to continue lower, I could have entered into multiple positions, and they could have gave us more max profits. But like I said, in a situation like this, I'm not mad at it. Like I said, it got us out of drawdown. We are currently in profit for the week. Was down 314 to be in profit $24. They just showed us that. Um, and actually, let me see something. So for that one, I entered here. Yeah, I took a 1-on-1. So I really think to improve, like I said, for the first one we risked it way too much just because it was a 1-to-1. And uh, really just that because my entry wasn't the best. I think the best would have been right here. But since we entered at the close of this one, which is a bit higher, they made it, more of a fence for us. But what I'm saying, I'm here to learn. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna execute. Uh, I was following my bias. My bias for the buy. I seen price come do something like this. Looks like a good setup to me. And we accepted the risk and we took the trade, no matter what the result was. I will say one thing about these positions that's different in the live market. You have to be more quick to respond. So let's just say this kind of closed, and now this kind of right here is starting to go. I would have to, what I'm saying, take the trade then, or you know what I'm saying, because here I can click, 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 stop, and then go. But what I'm saying, the market is constantly going. So soon one kind of close, the next one open. It's not just it stops and it just wait for me. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be quicker in our reaction time when it comes to the entries, uh, and also be patient in these setups because I'm clicking through here and I'm getting to you know the results in a few minutes, but this is after hours, so this is a number of hours that took place until that loss happened. This was a number of hours before that profit happened. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 hours that I would have been holding this position to get it to go to profit. Like I said, you have to be patient with stuff like this. So I'm not gonna have this video too long. Like I said, we're gonna stop it really soon. But I really think they'll do a good week for us back testing.